We're focusing on your driver, and the answers you've given us indicate you have what we would call a pull, so a shot that starts left of target and then flies reasonably straight. You've also told us that your preference would be to keep the straight ball flight, but learn how to start the ball more on target. So your pull is caused by an out to in swing path, which is one where the club head is travelling to the left of target. You have a square club face, so when the club face is pointing in the same direction as the club head is travelling, you have a straight ball flight. And this means to change your straight pull to a straight shot towards the target, we'd like to keep the club face square to the swing path, but change the swing path. So we have to get this club head that is currently travelling to the left of target and move it around so that it's travelling more straight at the target through impact. So to do this, we've got a couple of alignment sticks here on the ground that we're going to use as a reference. If I take my setup, you'll see that these two sticks start close to the toes of my right foot and they're set in a V shape. Now, if they're standard length alignment sticks, the distance between the end of the sticks will be about the same length as the shaft that you have in your hand. So, using again the sticks as the reference, if you take the club to the top and I was to ask you to put your club shaft on top of the orange stick, this would put the club in a position where the club head is outside the target line, and this means that the club head is going to be moving from out to in through impact. Of course, this would be the pull. On the other hand, if we can get your club shaft to land on top of the white stick, the club head is now behind us as opposed to out in front, and from here the club would be more on an in to out path, which could potentially cause a push. So the best place to have the club on the way down is more neutral, and that means it's going to be much easier to get the swing path more neutral. So take our setup, go up to the top, bring the club down and pause again, but this time make sure the club shaft is somewhere between these two sticks, as close to central as you can get it. If we can get our club here, what we call our delivery position, as neutral as possible, it's going to be at the easiest place to get the club to neutral at impact. So again, slow motion, and with a pause, we're going to go up to the top, bring it down, and get that club in a neutral place. Part 2, which is the crucial bit, is what we're going to do from here to impact, what you might call the release. So when we have an out to in path, we know the club head approaches impact from outside the target line. An in to out path, which is the opposite, approaches impact from inside the target line. But so does a neutral path, and that's because the club is moving on an arc. It's a circular motion. So from here, the club head is going to approach impact from inside the target line, but because it's moving on an arc, it can move around to straight for impact. After this, the club head will leave the target line back to the inside, which is completing the natural arc of the swing. Now, this pit you already have in your swing, but your club head is approaching from outside. So the main focus for you from this position here is to make sure you're approaching impact slightly from inside the target line. And we'll let the follow through take care of itself. So stepping back a little bit from the ball first, if I can go up to the top, bring it down and stop, and then feel that the club head is moving out as it approaches impact, and then from there let the swing finish. You may find that the swing feels less in and it may feel a bit more up, and that's just because of the direction that the club head is travelling as it leaves impact. So back to the top, down and pause, reasonably neutral, and then send the club out to the target line for impact. If the swing feels okay with the pause and you find it's very easy to get that neutral position, we'd like to remove the pause and allow the swing to flow more. Not at 100% speed yet, but just removing the pause. So up to the top, and try and feel we're coming down neutral and the club head is traveling out away from you as it approaches impact. Now if again this feels okay without the pauses, with a bit of flow, we try and hit a ball. The golf ball will tell us if what we've done was enough, too much, or back to where we started. So if we hit a pull, we need to feel more approach from the inside. If we hit a push, we know we've slightly overdone it. And if we've got that ball traveling straight down the target line, we've achieved what we wanted. So just a little rehearsal, neutral, out to the ball, neutral, and out to the ball, and then give it a go.